Alright, welcome. Today I'm going to show you how to update and install AMD drivers. So first I'm going to show you guys how to install the drivers, and then secondly I will show you how to update those drivers once they are installed. So if you're just looking for the updating part of the drivers, you can skip ahead, and this will be for both Windows 10 and Windows 11. It should cross perfectly fine. Okay, so we're going to open up a browser and we're going to start searching for our graphics card. If you're not familiar with what your graphics card is, I can show you what you're going to do anyway. But for example, I'm running a 6600 XT, so I'm going to just search for 6600 XT drivers. Once we got this, we were able to open the site, and just like that, we'll see for Windows 10 or Windows 11, whichever one you download. On the other hand, it's going to download an installer that's going to work for both Windows 10 and 11. You'll see if I click on download, it'll show for Windows 10 and for Windows 11. So it doesn't matter which of the two you download, it's still going to download for your version that will work for both. If you don't know which graphics card you have, you can come into the same page anyway, and you'll see right here there's an auto detect and install. This here will sort you out, and you won't need to worry about anything else. It'll detect what you got, it'll install the drivers, and you will be just fine. But once you've got that done, this here is going to be your file. You're going to just open up your file. You're going to allow it. It's going to initialize the install. By the way, while your graphics card does install, it will tell you this, but your display will flicker and it will do some crazy things. If you have a dual monitor display, your second monitor probably won't show up and pick up any output until your drivers are installed. So don't panic about that if your second screen isn't showing up. Once you get in here, you will have multiple options, so you can choose to factory reset. Just keep this in mind. This is not going to factory reset your PC. All it's going to do is remove its own drivers and then reinstall its own drivers. So nothing on your PC will get deleted except for your AMD software, and then it'll reinstall your AMD software. And after that, you can just go ahead and click on yes or install. And after that, you would be recommended to do a PC restart. That's all there is to it. After that, you should have your drivers installed. Now, once your drivers are installed, it's going to look a little something like this here. So if you right click anywhere on your desktop, you should be able to see your software. If you are on Windows 11, you may need to click show more options at the bottom of the tab for it to show up, but it'll also always be running in your taskbar down here. And just inside here, you'll see these are all the games I've played and stuff. I am currently recording using this software as well. So in order for you to now go and update your drivers, you're going to go and click on this settings button right here. And right here, you're going to have a check for updates button. I would recommend that you leave it on recommended only, because if you leave it on recommended and optional, there's sometimes when you will get drivers that aren't recommended, that aren't properly tested, you may run into bugs, you may get some crashing in certain games that you don't want to deal with. If you're willing to test that, that's perfectly fine. Go ahead and do it. I prefer to use the recommended only, so that's what I leave checked, and then you can leave the automatic toggle on as well. Okay, next, if you enable this checkbox for download drivers and software, every time a new update is available, it'll automatically download it. I don't think it installs it. I haven't done this, but it will prompt you if it doesn't automatically install it to install your graphic drivers. But I like to leave this disabled so that I know when I update my drivers if the new version gives me an error. So I would recommend that you don't let it automatically install. That way, if you install a new version and it's buggy and your PC doesn't work very nicely, you can always go back and download the one that you've had before. That's why what I like to do is the version that I download, I like to keep this somewhere on my PC so that I can use it at any time if the next version I get isn't as stable as the new one. But that's all there is to it. I hope that helped you guys. I hope you have a lovely day.